So here we are, setting off for the first drive of my 2017 Camaro ZL1, and right away getting in the car, it already feels a lot more stable and just firmly planted than my 5th gen. And now the 5th gen is no slouch at all as far as handling goes, but these new 6th gen ZL1s are totally out of this world. And in my passenger seat here, we have Mike Davenport. Obviously, you know who he was if you watched the taking delivery video, which if you have not, I'll link it right above. But Mike is going for a first drive with me. We've actually filmed this in the exact same day. If you haven't noticed, we're in the same clothing. Let's start with some of the exterior differences from the 5th gen ZL1. And that's pretty much everything, with the exception of the ZL1 logo and I believe the rear bow tie, right? Yep. Is that the only thing they carried over for the 6th gen? Black bow tie compared to gold. Black bow tie, yeah, that's cool. Yep. You know, these come blacked out with the bow ties. You don't have to do that. Chevy did it right this time. Obviously, the front bow tie is the flow tie, which is the hollowed out Chevy bow tie to allow more airflow to the heat exchanger. And just coming to a stop right here at a stoplight, I'm barely touching the brake. Barely touching the brake. These brakes are, first of all, bigger in the front and bigger in the back than the previous gen ZL1. They are 6-piston front, 4-piston rear Brembo brakes. They're not drilled. They're not, people are giving me thumbs up already. I love it. They're not drilled or slotted, but Chevy just has a great design brake and they show absolutely no brake fade whatsoever during track sessions. Wheels are the same measurement wheels as the previous gen. We have 20 by 11s in the rear and 20 by 10s up front, with the exception of a brand new designed Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar Generation 3 tire, I believe. And specifically for this car only, Goodyear had designed a tire for just the ZL1, just like they did the previous generation. But the only difference is the measurements. Same width in the front and rear, but the sidewall of the tire is a little bit thinner on the new gen ZL1s than the previous gens. So the wheel itself is outstanding. I think Chevy did a great job at choosing the wheels for this car. You only have one wheel option, but really, can you complain? I wouldn't need any other options than this.
No, and these ride really good too, because if anybody remembers the C6, you took those run flats off almost immediately because it gave it a much better ride, and I don't think that's the case in this car. They did a really good job.
It's pretty quiet for what it is. You know, for the low profile tires that are on this car, it's very quiet. Obviously, the insulated, the cabin that cuts down on the noise is also playing a factor in that. But speaking of the cabin, let's just go to that real quick. The amount of Alcantara that's in this car is unbelievable for the price of this car. This is an interior you would see on 6-figure vehicles, at least 6-figure vehicles. We're talking even like my friend Troy has a McLaren, and obviously it's an amazing car, and he's got a lot of Alcantara in that car. And honestly, I think that this car has just as much Alcantara in it, and it's done well. It's not like crappy quality. You have contrast stitching, contrast red stitching on everything. You've got Alcantara seats, you've got Alcantara steering wheel, Alcantara shifter with the shifter boot. On the doors now, that was not in the previous gen ZL1. You have it at multiple spots on the doors. You have knee pads that have this kind of like Alcantara thing to them. So it's everywhere in the car. It's awesome. Chevy has stepped up their game so much between the last generation Camaro and this one, and even the Corvette, same deal. Between the C6 and the C7 Vet, the quality of the interior has changed drastically. You have this now brushed aluminum stuff everywhere, which takes that plastic crappy look away completely. And they've upgraded the Chevy MyLink system, and they've now added Apple CarPlay, which I'm excited to use because I'm an avid Apple user. So yeah, I'm very excited for that.
Me too.
They also have a Bose system in this, which is crazy. I didn't think the last gen, the Boston, I didn't really like that system too much, but I'm very excited to use this one. I'm sure it's going to sound amazing. Another cool thing that Chevy designed is the air vents. The air vents are functional in 3 different ways just on the vent itself. You can direct the airflow, you can manage how much airflow, and you can also control the temperature. And with that being said, we also have 2 different climate controls. You can have the passenger and driver can have their own climate controls, which is cool. I mean, all this stuff, really, this is more luxury stuff we're talking about here. This is a performance car. This is the epitome of a world-class sports car, and to have luxury things like that in it too just makes Chevy just up another notch above this. They crossed that tier that basically, like, you know, you buy a Chevy for the performance, obviously you buy a Corvette for the performance, but you're getting all this luxury stuff in it too, which is really cool.
I know you're a Chevy guy, and you mentioned a couple of things, and I can kind of give a little bit of an insight on what Chevy's doing from a dealership perspective. Over since 2014, our market share compared to other manufacturers has raised. Ford, Toyota, Honda, they've went down. Chevrolet is the most awarded car company of any manufacturer in the country.
Another cool thing about the interior is this special lighting package that they do for, I believe, the SS, right? Or is it
SS,
like a,
you can get it in the 2LT version as well. Yep.
And it's basically a little neon little wire that they put in, and it's in the doors. It's right here on the top of the display, and it's also in the cup holders. And you can choose different colors. How many colors can you choose?
24.
24 different colors. There you go. So the possibilities are endless.
And then also when your sill plates are lit up too. So your sill plates, the sill plates, the same Camaro, those light up at night too. Those are really cool.
Another thing too that's very cool are these red seat belts. I don't know why, but this is one of my favorite things about the interior of these seat belts, just because I don't know what it is about them. It's one of those sports car things.
It is. These cars are infamously quiet. My 2SS is quiet.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how you can hear that supercharger wind up.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so cool.
I'm not even on the gas. I can't wait till I like actually give it gas.
Yeah.
Thing's gonna be loud as hell. Most of you guys know by now that this ZL1 comes standard with the 6.2 supercharged LT4 engine, which is the same engine found in the Corvette Z06. It puts out 650 horsepower and 640 foot-pounds of torque. I think it's like 10 foot-pounds of torque less than the Corvette. Wouldn't want to up the Corvette now, would we?
Yeah.
So with the 10-speed transmission, the car will do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds and a quarter mile in, I believe, 11.4. But I'm going to change that. Once this car's broken in, I'm taking it to the drag strip, throwing some drag radials on it, and we're going to achieve the fastest quarter mile time in a 10-speed ZL1. I promise you that. So keeping on track with the performance aspects of this vehicle, this car lapped the Nürburgring in 7 minutes and 29 seconds, which was 11 seconds faster than the previous gen ZL1. Now this car has beat cars around the Nürburgring like 3 times its price point. We're talking about Koenigseggs, Porsches, even some Ferraris, Lamborghinis. We're talking, it is a track beast.
Designed race cars.
Designed race car, yeah. And now Chevy's throwing a fast one and being like, check this ZL1 1LE out. And the ZL1 1LE is supposed to do it even faster. It was already 2 or 3 seconds faster on like a 2-minute track, and that is ridiculous. So, like I said, Chevy's killing it lately with performance, and they're killing it with the quality of their cars. So we're about to crest 25 miles in this car. When the car was delivered to me, it had 9 miles on it, so it literally had single-digit miles on it.
I put 3 on it.
You put 3 on it. I have actually never owned a car with single-digit miles on it.
Came in with 2 miles.
Came in with 2, yes, that's correct. So where those 2 miles came from the factory and your dealership, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
they do a little track.
I think somebody was doing a burnout.
Yeah, maybe. To go over like some rumble strips, make sure there's no rattles and stuff like that in the car.
And another thing that I absolutely love about the exterior of this car, the front fascia on this car looks like it's literally going to eat whatever is in its pathway. It's the meanest looking front end on any Camaro I've ever seen. And the front splitter as well as the rockers and rear diffuser are all finished in the carbon flash color that is exclusively like a Chevy, correct?
Yeah.
Is it a Chevy cover or is it GM?
It's probably it's a GM because I think you can see it on the CTSV and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. So it's carbon flash. It looks kind of black in some of the pictures, but if you guys don't know what carbon flash is, it has kind of like a metallic sparkle in it. So it sets the car off real nice. Everything's finished off absolutely perfect. And like I've been saying in this entire video, it just sets the par for an all-around performance vehicle. And this steering wheel just feels, it's like you don't ever want to like not touch it. Like I said, it's wrapped in Alcantara, and it's one of those things where you should probably wash your hands before you even drive the car, because Alcantara is a type of material that it'll start to get shiny in certain spots if you like have sweaty palms all the time, or if you got greasy hands, or just dirty hands in general. I would definitely recommend washing your hands before touching anything like this.
You're not going to use this much, but you have a steering wheel too.
A what?
A heated steering wheel.
Oh, a heated, wow. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so I just found out something else about this car I did not know. Heated steering wheel. Like I said, and like he said.
That's why I'm here.
Well, that's why you're here, but I'm not probably going to use it that much, you know, because I'm not going to drive it in like freezing cold temperatures. Yeah. But that's very cool. If only they had a cooled steering wheel. Yeah. That I would use.
They got cold seats.
Ooh, alrighty. Wow, we'll see how that feels. Yep. I've never experienced cold seats. Whoa, dude, they feel wet. Wow, this is awesome. This is perfect too because I'm gonna be driving this, and as you guys know that live in PA, you can have some hot, humid, disgusting summers, and the feeling of sitting in a leather or even like cloth seat when your back is all sweaty is obviously absolutely disgusting.
I've never been in a car where a guy says, "Ooh, it's wet."
Dude, I feel because I've never had a cooled seat. This is crazy. Wow. It's like icy hot on my back. That's what it feels like. And so there you go, guys. I bought this car knowing I thought pretty much everything about it, and I just found out that it has a heated steering wheel and cooled seats. Yep. That's like icing on the cake, you know, for this car. There's so much more about this car than the luxury items and heated seats and a heated steering wheel and everything like that. There's so much more to it. And hopefully, very shortly, once the weather gets nicer here, I'm going to be taking this out. I'm going to do the break-in period, which is 500 miles on this car, so we have to be nice to it. I know you guys want to see an acceleration run. I know you guys want to see a gigantic burnout. Trust me, it's all going to come, but buying a new car like this, I have to respect the break-in period, and because everything will turn out much better if I do that. So other than that, I think I pretty much went over everything I wanted to get over in this video. We're now going to take some photos of the car, get some stuff up on social media for you guys to see, and I also want to thank Mike Davenport again for getting me this car, coming all the way here from Kentucky. That Chevy dude. Check him out, all of his social media. He's very big on social media. That's what's really cool about him. He's out there, he does videos, he's a great guy, no bullshit salesman. So check him out. I'll have all of his stuff, all of his info in the description, as well as all of my info, social media, everything like that. I've got a P.O. box. You can feel free to send me anything. You'll get featured at the...
Send me some stuff,
yeah,
too.
Send him, too. He's got a P.O. box.
I'll put my P.O. box in there, too.
Check his channel. He's got a channel, so go subscribe to him, too. And yeah, hit his P.O. box up, whatever. You know, I'll give you guys a good shout out at the end of the video if you send me something in my P.O. box. And yeah, as always, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Look forward to the next video on the 2017 Camaro ZL1. Hit that subscribe button and have a great day.